streets ain't safe.
Say the streets ain't safe, boy.
Streets ain't safe. Streets ain't
Hey
safe.
guys, welcome. This is the first episode of Controvershah, where I have guests from the CBL community, Crescentbasketball, and we ask them questions that we are afraid to ask them. We ask them questions that will raise a little bit of controversy, and most importantly, we want you guys to really get to know the people in this community. Ever since I've started playing in this community, I've met a lot of great people, and I want to make sure that we give them a platform when they can talk about their stories, about their lives, and bring it to you guys. So, inshallah, I plan on having more guests, and I will reach out to whoever I feel is definitely worthy of this seat next to me, and inshallah, we get to bring you new guests. Alright? We're going to keep it real with you, we're going to bring it live to you, and we're going to represent. Alright? So, I joined this basketball league in Queens a couple of years back, and I was very intrigued by it, honestly speaking. But I'm not gonna lie to you, man. There's a lot of drama involved. There are a lot of controversies, and so we're gonna bring it to this. We're gonna bring it to you live today, all right? And I'm gonna introduce you to the head honcho of Crescentbasketball, the man, the legend. Some might call him a snake. His name is Farouk. Mr. Farouk, welcome.
Thank you.
This is it's a pleasure to have you here today.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, great. We're happy to have you here, man. We have a lot of questions for you. So the first segment of our show is Who That Boy? This man right here. Farouk, can you please tell us about yourself?
So before I start, am I the first guest for this show?
Yes, sir, you are.
So I have the honor of being the very first guest.
The very first guest.
Man, I'm really honored.
Oh, all right.
I'm not surprised they picked you to do this show because not many people have the personality that connects with the CBL brotherhood.
Thank you.
With that said, what was your question again?
So, well, I want to ask you, I'll be honest with you guys. When I first met this guy, and they told me he was in charge of the basketball league, I met him, and he sounded like a Fabi uncle to me. It's like, hey, how is this guy in charge of basketball? Like, what? So my first question to you is, I mean, you don't play basketball. How did you start a basketball league? You don't play basketball.
Well, that's a great question. Well, I do play basketball. I just played it when you guys were not born yet. Basically, the history of Crescentbasketball is such that we, close friends of ours, Vakas, Abdullah, guys that have left, unfortunately, or not that active, we used to play together growing up in parks. Then we joined leagues in Queens, similar type of leagues. And we didn't like the direction, or we didn't like the way those leagues were going. It wasn't for us. So we started Crescent. So why don't we start our own league? So let me step back how the own league process started. I grew up in a very strict household. My parents were very strict about, TV, hanging out. It was about religion and sports and education. So I always loved sports growing up. I always wanted to be an organizer. I always wanted to run leagues, believe it or not. So this is a great opportunity. That's how we started. And we did not know 12 years ago the amazing formation of Crescentbasketball League with like so many divisions, so many great brothers. And I think it's the greatest brotherhood you can imagine with the drama.
With the drama. So let me ask you this. You said it started 12 years ago, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let me ask you, when it first started, what was the worst part about starting Crescent, and what was the best part about starting Crescent?
That's a great question. The worst part at that time, we didn't know, I didn't know it, it was managing the personalities. You always have people that are just don't, they're not going to be happy. They're always going to be critical. So that was the worst part I didn't realize. The best part was, man, just doing something naturally fun, halal, positive, with people of all different backgrounds. Your friends, all age groups, all talent groups. That was the best part. And like I said, we didn't know how big this was going to explode into. And it turned out to be something really amazing. And it's still going.
Wow, so let me ask you this. How has this league evolved since season 1?
Okay, so season 1, 2007, 2006, around there. Season 1, we had 8 teams. Maz Bigawala was the very first player to step on the court. Camille, Shani, Vakas, myself. I can't remember if I'm missing anyone. Ariz, Gohar. Those are the guys early on. Basically, this was a unique product in New York at that time, the Muslim League. competitive, organized. So it just basically, I think it's a word of mouth. We never advertised. We never asked people to join us. It just basically took off. People saw how exciting it was. The gyms were packed. You know, guys like Mohammed Hussein, Mohammed Begawala, they joined a year or two later. All that, just like lightning. You know, it was from 2008 to 2012. It was unbelievable excitement.
This season, we have a new commissioner of CBL. His name is Raheel. Why did you pick Raheel as commissioner when you yourself in the past have said that he's an unstable guy, and you haven't said some good things about him in the past?
Yeah, that's a great question. You know, when I picked Raheel as commissioner, there were two other people who expressed interest. I don't want to mention their names, but one was Wais. I'll mention it. Wais and Safi. They both said we want to be commissioner, and I chose Raheel over them because Raheel has been asking to be commissioner and has shown a lot of interest. So I said it would not be fair. My moral conscience won't allow it. Anyway, going back to Raheel, yes. Raheel, I called unstable. I called him a traitor, a drama queen, actor, BSer. I called all those things.
Wow.
But the guy loves basketball. He appreciates basketball. And I think he'll make a difference.
Yeah.
You know, why not Raheel? It's not about me. It's about the league, about the members. So I think he's the best man for the job.
So
that's why I chose him. No offense for calling you all these bad names, bro. But,
yeah, I'm sure Raheel doesn't mind at all.
Yeah, but Raheel's loyal.
Yeah. So now you have Raheel as commissioner right now.
Yes.
What do you hope that Raheel accomplishes in this season?
Well, Raheel's been very critical of me as well as complimentary. So I want to see his criticism towards me resolved by him being commissioner. For example, he said the league's not organized, people walk all over me, they take advantage of me, I'm a nice guy. I don't think that's true. I just like hearing people's feedback. So I want Raheel to run a systematic, organized, structured program where everyone, gets a fair product. There's no shenanigans, so to speak. People trying to fly under the radar, people trying to break the rules, lie about the ratings. So I look for him to improve on those things, which I've been criticized about.
Okay. So, all right. Listen, guys. What we're going to do now is we're going to move on to our second segment of the show, okay? And it's called The Streets is Talking.
Okay.
So, the way this works is we go around the community, we go in the streets, and we ask people, what they want to ask you. Something that they're afraid to ask you, or some question that they have.
Okay.
All right. So
I can't wait to hear this.
I'm gonna bring this to you. First question.
I can talk a little louder, can't you?
First question: if you are stuck on an island, and you can only choose one of these following people to be with you,
okay,
who would you choose? Option 1, Adnan, or option 2, Hamdi. Remember, island all by yourself. Who would you pick, Adnan or Hamdi, and why?
Do you want these two? Island, that's a great question. I mean, I probably won't choose either, but if I had to choose one of those two, I think I'll probably choose Hamdi because he seems a little stronger. Seems like he can maybe, break down the wood, maybe help me build a ship. Adnan is a very sweet guy, by the way. He's one of the most generous guys. People don't know much about that. He likes keeping his generosity privately. But I would not choose Adnan. It'll be Hamdi by default because of his strength. And he does have good people skills when he's in a good mood. So if someone comes along, maybe he can convince them. But it looks like Gilligan's Island to me.
Leaving all the group chats and trying to get attention.
Well, my friends, my close friends growing up, they call me a attention seeker, a drama queen. You know what? They're right. Raheel told me once, bro, you're 40 years old and you're a drama queen. I said, and what's your point? I like, who doesn't like drama? Let me give you an example. Take 4 corners of a sidewalk. You have a basketball game, a baseball game, a hockey game, and you have 2 guys fighting it out with bare knuckles. Everyone's going to watch those guys. That's drama. So drama is what generates excitement. Excitement generates fans, players, and what that word Camille uses? Mafis. So I think dramatics is great for us. Who wants to come to a gym when there's nothing to play for? want to come, you want to come, bragging rights, shut that guy up, and the drama caused that. Why do I leave forums? I'll be honest with you, it's just who I am. I'm a little emotional at times. I don't like something, I leave. But when I come back, it adds to the excitement. Right now, people want me back.
Okay.
I heard anyway.
So next question: why does an old man like yourself like to take creepy selfies? What's up with that?
Because I am like grossly insecure. I am very insecure. So I just like getting the attention. I like putting it out there.
Were you born this way?
Yes. I was born very insecure.
Okay. And will you ever change?
No. I don't see myself changing.
Why are you typical Desi?
I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. The building I grew up in had like 70 Desi families. I'm not kidding you. Every floor, there were Desi families. So, it just, obviously I moved out of that building. But, it is what it is. I'm Desi.
So, do you cry when you look at the mirror?
I don't cry, but I do say there's a lot to improve on.
So, okay, how have you gone 60 years without using deodorant?
That's Omar Salama. That's Omar Salama's question. I think the answer to that is I use deodorant. It just doesn't work for me.
Did you get it?
I still love Omar, by the way. One of my favorite guys.
Omar still loves you, man.
Is that from Omar?
Salama. That is Salama.
Did you get an arranged marriage or a love marriage?
I had an arranged marriage.
How's that working out?
I think it's working out great, man.
How does your wife cope with you?
No, I don't like that question. I think I offer so much in my with my personality, my somewhat success in my career, all the people I know, all the events I get invited to. How I cope with her?
So let me ask you this then. Why do you not pay for your children to play in CBL?
That's a good question. That's a waste of money, man, isn't it?
So why do you have all of us pay these fees? It's ridiculous.
Because you guys get the great product. You get the great drama.
Why can't your kids get the great product?
They have to earn it. But actually, my son does play. He plays in all the leagues. You guys may have know him, Faizan. He plays in all the leagues. And that's what's great about Crescent, that him and I can play together. We play together in a softball team. We play together in Legends. So we are, that's the great part about Crescent, man. It's about family. Although everyone's family, I think. But we all can share the moments with our loved ones, our friends, our cousins. Somehow we'll make it work.
So why do you let 20-year-olds play in a 30-year-old league?
I'm not going to accept that just for me. Is that the passion is so much. I can't say no to people. So, let me take a step back. I don't know if you have a question for me. You should ask me why I let people join knowing they're not Muslim and who said they were Muslim. I look at it this way. If they're lying to play in CBL about their religion, you got to give them a chance. That's why we sort of was relaxing that Muslim rule. So same thing with 20-year-olds. Some of them I think are great for the community. Guys like Safi, who obviously I'm very critical of.
Under 30 player that you let in.
I was at the commissioner at that time. It was Pops' son, Isaac. Pops wanted to play with his son. And Yasser was the commissioner. So they allowed it. That's when the rule started. We allowed one per team. Then it became two. Like everything else, people push and break the door down. It's still two, I think, but it's three. But generally speaking, it's a majority 30-plus league. But again, those are things that we all agreed on. It's just not on me.
So right now, how do you bridge the talent gap between Legends and CBL 30? Because it seems like a lot of the older guys, they don't get to play anymore. So how can you bridge that?
It's very unfortunate. Every 5 years or so, or 3 to 5 years or so, there's a generation change in CBL. And that's what we're experiencing. People get older, they have other responsibilities, but they kind of quit. I mean, even Legends, they quit. Another division we're going to start off with soon. They're like 4 or 5 divisions, but they get phased out somehow. A lot has to do with them. Look at Camille. Look at Pops. Look at even myself. Even guys that are Moby. They don't leave. They want to play. The size is older, but the passion is still there. Sayyid Khan, that is. Nafi. I think it's more by internal passion. You'll find your way if you want to stay.
Gotcha.
Plus, you got all this great free stuff, man. the All-Star food and All-Star shirts, why leave?
So there are rumors right now that there is a rebellion within CBL for people who are very unhappy with Raheel and these new ratings and the refs. What are your thoughts about that?
That's Raheel's problem. Raheel has been informed of what the responsibilities are of this job. He knows what he has to do to keep people happy. The first thing I told him, I gave him a list of people who I knew would not support him. So I said, you got to reach out to these people, and you got to reach out to these people. Get their blessing first. These are important to me. And I know they'll bless you, but you got to get their blessing first.
Who are these people?
Okay, well, I have no shame in saying who they are. They're Mo Hussein. He's not a big fan of Raheel. On the court, off the court, I'm sure we all love each other. Is Camille, who's not a big fan. And I think those are the two key guys, if I'm not missing anyone. Pops, but he's not that involved anymore. Some older guys like Yasser. But those two guys were important, Mo and Camille. Because Mo and Camille have been my friends, for a number of years. And I know they care. If anything goes wrong, they're the first one to call me, outside of the CBL world. So, of course, it's all intertwined. So I think they gave them their blessing 50%. So the rebellious part, yes, I'm aware of forums out there. There are forums about me. There are forums about Mike, the referee. I think we just have to show that we do a great job. And our motto is, every member has a shot. We do care about every member. So I think Raheel has to win them over. If it gets really bad, we'll make a change. And Raheel knows that.
Okay, what is your biggest accomplishment in Crescent, and what is your biggest regret?
Okay, honestly, the biggest accomplishment in Crescent, I know it may sound corny, I think is the greatest brotherhood of all, relatively speaking. You have guys with different backgrounds. I mean, black, white, Spanish, Yemenis, Egyptian. They grew up completely different than you may have or I may have. But during crucial moments of their lives, they're there. They're driving to funerals. They're helping fundraise. And they're listening to older guys give them dawah. Like Ali Ludwig is a great example how he has helped younger people with opportunities. When I met Ali Ludwig, he was looking for a job. I gave him some feedback. But Ali Ludwig, Mo B, so many people have gone out of their way. Gohor Khanzada. A lot of people that you don't even know, but that I know for a fact they do a lot to make sure the community is served. And they help charity. So I think in that sense, the friendship that we formed will last a lifetime. But also, anyone can call, yo, bro, I need some help. You'll get people there right away. I don't think you can do that in any other walk of life. That leads the Crescent brothers to attend. They genuinely care. They collect money. Whatever things that we go through, I think we should know that there are brothers out there that have your back if you need them.
Got it. So what's your biggest regret about Crescent Basketball?
That's a great question. My biggest regret, honestly, is I personally have sacrificed a lot. So my biggest regret is the time that I put in. The effort that I put in for the last 12 years. I'm talking 50 hours a week. I hope my boss doesn't listen to this. I put in 40, 50 hours some weeks. And my closest friends can attest to that. Whether it's being at the gym, being in the office, being at home, updating things, negotiating, that's had my biggest regret. So one regret does stand out is that I sometimes go out of my way to pick up referees if they're running late, or pay a referee extra. I kind of regret that. Let the games go on with one referee. Who cares? Why should I burn my time, and energy?
So let me ask you this: as far as on, all right. So as far as on the court, what is the most painful moment you've experienced in Crescent?
On the court, man. Oh man, there have been a couple incidents that's very sad. Me personally, of course, I lost a couple of games, but I get over it. But as far as what I've seen on the court, when Safi fell down, hurt his head, he had a concussion, that was very scary. The young man, the whole world in front of him, that was one of the scariest moments. Unfortunately, the brawl between Prime Time versus Decepticons, that was a very, very messy situation. I regret that, because I left the gym to pick up a referee who was running late. So I left a very inexperienced ref behind who lost control of the game. I regret that, and that was one of my saddest moments. Third is the fights. We've had some ugly fights.
Yeah, I have a question. As far as that situation,
The brawl?
the brawl, some people felt that the referee could have done more. Why was that referee not gotten rid of?
But that's a great question. Miles Bigawala told me he's not playing the game with that Jeff referee. I told him you have no choice, you got to play. And that's a regret because I didn't realize those two teams were so intense. That was one of the most anticipated games in the history of Crescent Basketball 3rd Division. I never saw a game more anticipating going in.
And CBL, I want to attest to that. I was actually at that game. That was the first game I brought my wife to watch in CBL. And as we were watching, a huge fight broke out, and these things happen. But unfortunate things happen, but we move forward and we can correct these.
So I do respond. That's a great point. Let me respond to that. Yes, I regret having just one referee. The other referee was on his way. I wanted to pick him up. Of course, I regret that. But my biggest point is that the people, right, need to understand they're adults. When the parents aren't home, do you go crazy? You still maintain your maturity. So the people have to have some accept responsibility themselves. Okay, we're educated, grown people. So
absolutely,
that's my answer to that.
So, what is your most joyous moment on the court in Crescent? What's the one time you enjoyed the most?
Okay, so let me finish the last point about joyous. The good thing about that incident, although it was ugly, it was on video, many people saw it, everyone made up. All those brothers are great friends to this day, and they played on the same teams. That's the beauty of Crescent. Any other league, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have reconciled. So again, your point, my most fun moment in Crescent, honestly, I have never enjoyed any Crescent moments ever. You know why? Because I'm always stressed out. It's like I'm always the host of a wedding. And when people go home, that's when I enjoy. I don't think I enjoyed any moment. Yes, I won a chip with the TWSS. I won a chip with the Bandits. We won all the chips. I think for me personally, I never enjoyed it. I'm always stressed. The clock is running late. The gym is about to close. Security guards breathing on us. It's always something going on. So I don't enjoy it.
So what would you like to see changed in the future for CBL?
I would like other people to do what I did for 12 years in every division so I can relax. I am not bragging, but I don't think people have the same desire, the same passion that I have. I don't think it's even close. Fahad does a great job with Legends. That gives me some relief. I know that I can travel. I don't got to worry about it. I give him credit for that. Only Roy Hill can step up. We have a junior division. They do a good job, but they need a lot of hand-holding. And they don't necessarily comply with the mission of CBL. So that kind of concerns me. Softball, all the other leagues, I don't have the same support I have. So your question was, what I would do different? We need to find a way to automate this where, yes, the excitement is still there, the passion is still there, and the fees are more reasonable. I do regret the fees. I know we kid around about the fees, but I do regret that people have to shell out money. At the end of the day, it should be free. I do feel guilty every time you can pay fees. That's why I care. Because I know you pay those fees, and those fees are hard-earned. Guys like Muhammad is saying, who has multiple kids at home. Vikas has 5 kids. Those are important to me. So the fees we got to work out somehow.
What kind of toll has CBL taken on your family and personal life?
I don't know, but it's definitely taken some sort of toll. I see these young guys spending time with their children, and I'm like saying, I did spend time with my kids, but I was on the phone 90% of the time. So I'm on vacation, I'm getting phone calls from Hamdi. Why'd you trade me to, I want to come back to Arsenal. There's a trade between, Hamdi wanted out of Team Arsenal, so he joined Adam's team. It was called Mashakil in 2009 or 2010. Then he called me, bro, I made a mistake, I want to go back to Arsenal. I said, you cannot do that. He chewed my ear out 2 hours while I'm on vacation. So those are the kind of things that it did take toll. So I did sacrifice.
And so
a lot of toll.
What would you say to your loved ones if you had one more chance?
Well, my loved ones, I just tell them, listen, you're part of this great story in Queens, Long Island. 20, 30 years from now, people will be talking about this. We go to events. We run into people from Crescent all the time. People wearing shirts for Crescent. So my family appreciates that. Part of them likes it, but a large part of them hates it. So I think all of us who sacrifice, including the people in this room, I think they should know that they're making a difference in people's lives. So if that's what's happening in a positive way, so I think it's worth it to some extent. But let me do all the worrying. I want you guys to enjoy something.
Okay, so why keep CBL going? Are these headaches worth it?
That's a great question. Now, I asked myself, I think I texted someone the other day, why is this going? Is it because of my ego? Is it because I don't want to lose? Is it because other leagues, I don't want them to think that I failed? Or I don't know what the reason is, quite frankly. But I do know that when I see these great brothers forming friendships, opening up restaurants together and going to vacations together, even marriages happening through, I know someone, not guys marrying each other, but I know someone. But I think the future for Crescent is bright. I see the young guys that are coming up in Legends and other divisions. I think they're classy people, like Amrit, I can't remember name now, Shaz. You have so many great guys. Omar Salama, they're just great people. I think they're going to carry the name on well. Hopefully we, older people, can be good examples for them to carry on. Because this is not about me or anyone in this room or people outside. It's about the future generation. You want to go somewhere where you know that it's going to be natural, it's going to be healthy, and people are going to shake your hand and ask about your day. Let me tell you a quick story. 3 weeks ago, someone hit me up. He said, "Brother, I heard you run a basketball league. One of my cousin, who's 16 years old, his father passed away. And for 2 months, he's just in his room and not leaving his room. And he played ball in high school. Can you please put him on a team?" I said, "Sure, done deal." So this kid's going to play in Legends, and he's not stopped. He's so excited. He can't wait to join this team. So that's what it's about. It's not about the superstars, Moby and Nuffy and Sai and these great talented players with championship rings. Honestly, it may be about them, but it's about the people that are not heard of. Those are the people that I want to care about. That's why I said every member has a shot. And honestly, it could not be possible without guys like Shah, Mo, and you guys sacrifice a lot. I know you waste your gas, you waste your money. It comes out a lot. Me, I still have the business. So you probably give more than I do. But I feel like I'm putting a lot more out there. All right, thank you very much, man.
Thank you for being here. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Only get my good side, not my droopy face.
Wait.
One by one?
Yeah, just one first.
Okay. Just one first.
This is all for the fees that we owe you.
Oh! Listen, don't lose those quarters. These are all the fees that people
No one ever paid in change. I got nervous. Thank you.
No, we're joking. I was just joking.
Video games.
You're
Next one.
Yeah, you're
You can wear this like in some weddings and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
This is actually Wace's jersey.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
No, you know what? We'll keep it for another day.
All right, I'll wear it. Thank you.
Now we can get real presents in there, actually.
Oh, man, you guys haven't given me any presents, man. Thank you very much. I'm truly humbled. And I really don't know what to say, but hopefully I can pay it back one day. All the love you guys gave me, all the support you gave me.
So, one of the brothers was complaining that you don't use deodorant, so we got you a cologne, actually. Okay, so use it.
I see that.
Put it to good use.
Thank you, Omar Salama.
Yeah, hey, listen, guys, we're going to be wrapping it up. I just want to thank Farouk for being here with us today. I want to thank everybody in the streets who helped us out, the whole street team, everybody who gave us questions. We really appreciate it. We hope to keep this going, inshallah. And that's it. That's it for now.
And I'm talking to the women too. If he ain't got it, then you better have a backup.
Streets ain't safe.
Say the streets ain't safe, boy.
Streets ain't safe.
Streets ain't safe.